Hi, Coach M. We're back. Why don't we talk about the beginning of the show, kind of where the region standings are, playoff implications, power rankings, and that kind of thing. I don't know who's on top of who right now. All I know is there's a lot of 5-1 records out there.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. The guys from Bleckley County pulled off a major win 2 weeks ago when they beat Northeast. Heck of a football game. Bleckley seems to be flying high right now. Their football team is hitting on all cylinders. And all that really did was just kind of throw everything into a real tizzy right now. For us, we're still, in my opinion, kind of sitting on the back end.
Right.
Dodge County beat Bleckley.
Okay.
They're 5-1 in the region right now, meaning Dodge. Bleckley beat Northeast. Northeast and Bleckley are both 5-1. Northeast beat Dublin, and Dublin's sitting at 5-1. The way our region was set up, and this is convenient in it being this way, when you have an even number of schools in a region, like we have 10, well, on the nights when you have region games, everybody's playing. You think about it, see, if you've got 9 teams, 8 teams are playing, 1 team has the night off. So that can kind of skew things in your schedule a little bit about who has an open date the week before a big game, and that other team might have been out there having to play and prepare for somebody else.
Was Dodge and Bleckley both off this weekend as we were?
Everybody in our region was off this week. It was very strange for me and my coaches, and I'm sure for the other staffs. Normally when we don't have a game,
where are we gonna go?
We're out on the road. The staff is split up, going to different places, trying to see other teams that we have left on our schedule. Well, we had Bleckley left, we've got Central out of Macon left, and we've got Dodge County left. All of them are in our region. Everybody in our region was off last week. So, with that being the case, so
maybe that's why my wife said we need to go to the beach this weekend.
Yeah, because I got a feeling a lot of times when we show up to watch another team play that we're going to have to play. I see you and your wife sitting there in the stands too. You're trying to get you a head start on the opponent.
I love it.
And then the way the Georgia high school playoffs are set up now, John Strickland put a thing out yesterday about where the standings are as of today. And it doesn't matter because they're going to change a lot all the way up till the Saturday after you play that last game, the way the computer spits all this information out.
I would think it would be, just my thoughts, because we've got a game against Bleckley and we've got a game against Dodge, who are ranked up there, Yeah, it could change drastically up to the very last football game.
Till the last score gets put in on a Friday, or Saturday after the last week of the regular season. And that's why Georgia High School now has an open date between the last game of the regular season and the first round of the playoffs, because getting all the scores turned in so the computers can do all of their stuff. Coaches usually start trading film on Saturday morning, getting ready for the next game. Well, you're not even going to know who you're going to play. So that means probably everybody in our region was doing the same thing on Friday night, and that was taking their wife out to dinner or something, because it did you no good to go on the road to watch 2 other teams play, because the chances of those teams being who you meet in the playoffs are slim and none.
They rank these teams, like 1 through 32?
Right.
I think we're sitting at around 11 now. We could potentially sit at 5. We could potentially sit at 21.
Or lower, because, as I told John yesterday, because there's some confusion right now, we're still on the same plan that Georgia High School was on last year. It means if you win your region championship, you will be seated in one of the top 8 spots.
Same way now?
Same way.
Okay.
So if you win the region, you're going to be a 1 through 8 as long as 8 public schools won their region. There's one region right now that it looks like private school will definitely win. I don't think there's but one public school in that region.
Right.
So if that happens, then the region champs would be seeded 1 through 7. Then the next set is whoever finishes second. So then when you finish second, you will have the next up to 8 spots.
Okay.
If a private school finished second, then there would only be 7. So that'd be 14. Then it simply falls into, from that point, the highest point valued teams would fill out in that order.
After that?
After the top region champions. Now, starting next year, it's strictly 100% by how you felt. The only people that would be, for some reason, if you won your region and you were not in the top 16, you would be put at number 16 where you could host the first round of a playoff game.
Which is important.
Yep, but I really believe that anybody that wins their region, their schedule as such is going to put them in a situation where they're going to finish in the top 16.
Right, and if you win your region, you're probably going to get it. You're going to get 1, if not 2, playoff games at home.
Right, and when I looked at it, here's where we are right now. Dodge County is 5-1, 6-1 overall. They lost to Ace Charter. Okay, so they've lost a game in this region. Northeast is 5-1, and they're 5-2 overall. They lost to Bleckley, and they also lost to Peach County in game 1. Bleckley County's 5-1. They're 6-1 overall. They played Rutland in their non-region game. I think Rutland has not won a game yet, and then they that would be their only loss at this point, other than Dodge County. Okay, so they lost to Dodge. Dublin right now is 5-1 in the region. Our loss came to Northeast. Okay, well, we're 5-2 overall. Our other loss was to Swainsboro.
Highly ranked Swainsboro.
Yeah, Swainsboro, and lost that one in week 1. Then you go to East Lawrence is 3-3, and Ace Academy are 3-3. And I do not think they have played yet. I might be wrong, but I don't think those two schools.
Ace and East put a whipping on them over there, because I sat over there with your coaches that night.
That's right. So right now, Ace is the tiebreaker over East Lawrence, and both of them are sitting at 3-3. I know this week East Lawrence goes to Washington County. Washington County's 2-4. A win by Waco would make them 3-4, and it would make East 3-4. So there's so many things left as it plays out. Southwest is 1-5. Jefferson County's 1-5, and Central Macon, I think, at this point is 0-6.
Does it help when you're playing your non-region games, a team that's highly ranked? Does it help you a lot more to help to play those type of teams versus?
The number one thing I think that matters, other than your overall winning percentage, is the highest point thing.
Okay.
Your overall winning percentage in this playoff formula they have matters the most. The next factor that matters the most is your opponent's winning percentage.
Okay, right.
Okay, so as we lost to Swainsboro, so we didn't get anything because we lost. But we will get more points as long as Swainsboro continues to win their games. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
that's kind of where I was headed.
Keeps winning, those points will end up coming back to us, if you will, in that regard. Now, the third factor is the opponent's winning percentage.
Wow.
So there's so many different scenarios because now whoever we play, Swainsboro, well, what is their winning percentage? Then you have to look at, well, what was Swainsboro's, all the different teams they played, what was their winning percentage? And everybody on their schedule had 9 other teams they were playing. So
who can figure the algorithms for the computer to create all this?
The gentleman that oversees it for the Georgia High School, and that's a full-time job, is a gentleman named Don Core.
Okay.
Mr. Core's been there for several years, and he's kind of the guy that makes that happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, too much football left to be played.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, we got 2 highly ranked teams, Bleckley and then Dodge coming in, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks. This going to make or break.
That sandwich between the Central Macon team has been struggling, but you know, at the end of the day,
that's an away game on a Thursday night.
Thursday night in Macon, it makes it tough. You know, for us right now, you know, the conversation with our young men yesterday is, I think we got a pretty good football team. Now the jury is still out. At what level of a football team is it? Is it
just how good?
Is it a mediocre football team, or is it one of the better football teams in our classification? Where are we? Because right now our 2 losses are to 2 top 10 football teams.
Absolutely.
In Swainsboro and Northeast. We have not been good enough yet to prove that we can play with the best of the best.
But I think it's a good time in the season later on, because you like to have your guys peaking at week 11.
Well, that's our goal. And, you know, as you look at it right now, we've got Bleckley County coming in this week. They're a top 10 ranked team. How can we beat somebody that's a top 10 ranked team? Later on, if they're still there, which they probably will be, you've got Dodge County.
Absolutely.
That right now is ranked in the top 10. So when you look at our schedule, I don't think it could be much tougher than it is. You know, we're looking at playing 4 teams in our schedule that are top 10 teams in our classification in the state of Georgia. Now, where do we stack up in that? Are we just an average high school football team, or are we a football team that can play with the best of the best? And, you know, we'll know a little bit more after Friday night.
Absolutely. Coach, I think it'll be a good time to take a break.
Optim Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optim's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
It is almost hunting season, and that means it's time for you to already be shopping with Roach Farm and Garden. Everything you need for your feed plots, everything you need for your deer stands, everything you need, period, for the fall, you can get at Roach Farm and Garden. Salt licks, camo, trail cams, everything you need. Go check them out at Roach Farm and Garden at the River Bridge. Support your friends at Roach Farm and Garden as they support the Dublin Fighting Irish and our local community. Go Irish, and go to Roach Farm and Garden.
When you're part of a team, your loyalty is to each other, working together for the customer. Customer satisfaction is not a sometime thing, it's an all-time thing.
Turn it up, let's go, yes, sir.
You don't service vehicles right once in a while, you service them right all the time. So let's get out there and get these customers rolling. We love helping our customers as much as we love football, so let us be your team, Bubba's Tire Center.
Woo!
It's football season, and just like your favorite team, Dublin Chevy GMC Nissan's success is built on our teamwork.
Here, Mr. Jones, here's your tune-up parts. Thank you.
Chevy or GMC, we've got your trucks.
I might not have been a great ball player back in the day, but one thing about it, Don sells cars pretty good here at Dublin Chevy GMC Nissan.
The best in high school sports coverage in the state of Georgia is known by one name, the GSHA All Access. Tune in right here weekly to stay current with player profiles, coaches' conversations, and what's happening in GHSA sports. The GHSA All Access. Right here. Presented by Powers Media Network.
Optim Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optim's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
And we're back. Coach, big Friday night football game. I'm sure some of the TV stations from Macon will be down here. They always like to come for this matchup. Bleckley County, high flying, as you said earlier. I mean, they're scoring a bunch of points a game. They're probably up there in the low 40s.
That's correct.
Passing attack. I know we went over there earlier in the year, preseason probably, and watched them play. Threw the ball, I thought, very well back then, preseason football game. And I'm like, man, if we see this year, we may run into some trouble. I don't know. But, what have you seen? What have you seen from them? We know what Von's going to bring, what he brings, a highly touted coaching staff over there. Great man, loves the kids, coaches them well. What have you seen from where they were to where they are now?
Well, they've continued to grow. They've continued to get better on both sides of the football. There's no question about it. They always are extremely well coached. They're a smart football team. They're a football team that very seldom does anything that's going to cost them. Okay. They don't get a lot of penalties. They play at a tempo that's kind of unmatched for us at this point in the season about who we line up and play. They're going to go extremely fast. They're going to spread you from sideline to sideline. They have the parts. You've heard me say before a lot of times in the offensive system that we prefer to run. You need all the right parts.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't matter whether it's the wing tee or whether it's the spread. You've got to have the right parts. And when you go and you look at Bleckley and what they've consistently tried to do, you go back last year, they didn't have a very good year by their standards. And Coach Lassiter would probably be the first one to tell you that they weren't happy with the way their season finished last year. So they come back, they replace their quarterback, and they've had one waiting in the wings who is a riverboat gambler who can throw the heck out of it. I think one of their games,
I enjoy watching him.
They threw it 49 times. They're going to throw the football, and this young man has continued to gain confidence. Well, if you run the spread and you've only really got one go-to receiver, as a defensive coach, you can do some things to kind of lend you to a position where you can kind of maybe take that one guy away and make it hard on that offense to be explosive. But when you look at Bleckley, all four of their wideouts can go get it. They catch the football. When you watch teams like that, do the receivers catch the ball in their body or do they catch it in their hands? And all four of those kids catch the ball in their hands. Then they've got a sniffer back, which is basically a tight end that plays off the line of scrimmage a great deal of the time, who's a physical blocker, who also has great hands, that they love to get the football to when they're down in the red zone. He's going to make a lot of plays for the tight end when they get down inside the 20-yard line, 15-yard line. You certainly have to know where that young man is. He's very productive. Their offensive line is as sound and solid as you can be. They handle pressures. They do actually throw legitimate RPOs, it appears. Sometimes that's hard to determine whether it's a called pass or whether it is a legit RPO, but it seems like from studying the film that theirs are sometimes legitimate RPOs.
What about their running backs?
Quick, explosive. Maybe
like usual.
Like usual. I mean, they can house call one on you in a hurry. They are physical. They're not big necessarily. One of them's got pretty good size. The quick one is not real big, but they run the football enough to make it hard on you, and they're gonna formation you, and they're gonna give you motion. And if you don't get enough people out to handle their quick game, then they just spit a quick screen out and take off down the sideline, which is sort of an extension of anybody that runs that offense. They'll do that on any down because they feel like they can pick up a minimum of 5 or 6 yards, which is the same as a really good running play.
Defensively, what are we looking at? I know they've got some backers over there.
Well, they've got a solid defensive front, number 4 for them. We were laughing the other day when we were going through all of our film study, and one of my coaches made the comment, said, that kid's been over there forever. And he has. He plays on the nose a great deal. Slide over into a D-tackle look every once in a while. But, there's a little bit of question about what we're going to see. I think they're on their 3rd defensive coordinator in 3 years. Kagan, who was the head coach at Bleckley, West Florence for a long time, is serving the role of defensive coordinator right now. He's always had a history of being an odd front, 50 with a little slant here and there, or shade one way or the other.
But he will change it up.
Well, that's the big question, Mark, is will he? Okay. When you go back and look last year.
We know he will.
Scott Pagano was over there last year that had been on our staff before. Well, they stayed in an even front against us the majority of the night last year. But if you go back to the year before that, it was kind of the even front. So they've made us do our homework and spend a little extra time on the practice field trying to prepare for what their game plan may be. And that was an advantage, really, to having an open date week, was to kind of balance it out equally and prepare for whichever one that seems to come out. And who knows, they may have a third one that we haven't seen yet.
Right. Yeah, I know their kicking game. I think they lost their premier kicker, the Childers boy over there, Bradson. I think he's graduated, and I don't know.
Well, their kicking game is solid. I mean, they're not going to kick off deep into the end zone, but they're going to squib kick it. They're going to lob kick it. They're going to kick it down to the 10. They're going to spray the football around, and a lot like we try to do. And then their punter, number 4, handles most of their punting chores, and he gets it out of there pretty quick.
Right.
He's hit some 42, 43 yards in there. When the big rascal gets that big thigh into it and hits it good, it's going to cover some distance. But, all in all, I feel
well-balanced team.
A well-balanced football team, and you got to beat a Northeast. When you go back.
Close game over there.
Look at that game. And talking with the coach from Northeast a little bit about it to kind of get his feelings on how it went. And if you look at that game film, Northeast kind of played like we did against Northeast. They moved the football, had it inside the 10
in the red zone
on 2 different occasions, and came away with no points. And
they did the same thing over there at Bleckley.
That's a tribute to Bleckley County. Not a knock. It's a tribute to them that they were able to keep them out in those situations, and so it's always a good hard fought football game. Years when Dublin has been the favorite, Bleckley County's given us all we want and walked out a couple of times
They have.
to win, and there's been years when Bleckley County's been the favorite and Dublin's found a way to win. So it'll be a great night in the Shamrock Bowl.
Let's talk about the middle school.
Oh, man.
I've just got to thinking about,
They got to go play
and
Bleckley
going.
this week. This is Bleckley.
It's Bleckley week. I don't
Bleckley week.
want to leave out the middle school. They've had such a tremendous year this year, and they're going over. They won their semifinal match last week here at home.
And beat a good Swainsboro team.
Absolutely, and they've got to load the bus up and take a road championship game over.
Got to go to Bleckley County. I think their middle school's called the Barons, maybe.
Right.
So they're headed over to play 5 o'clock on Thursday at Bleckley County for the middle school championship.
Yeah, 5 o'clock right
Coach
now.
Watts,
Set.
Coach Pogue, those guys.
Coach Starley.
And Coach Starley have done a phenomenal job.
Yes, they
Those
have.
guys, it'll be their second year in a row making it into the middle school championship, so it makes you feel like the future is bright with the talent level that is coming up here in Dublin City Schools. So my hat's off to those guys. They've done a tremendous job, and I'm pulling for them. If you can't make it over to Bleckley, come out and see our JV football team Thursday at 5:30. We'll be hosting Jefferson County here.
Okay.
At this point right now, Dublin's junior varsity is undefeated and having a great year. So I'd love for you to get out on Thursday and watch a little football, and then go home and catch a little NFL prime on Thursday night or whatever.
And get ready to come back to the Shamrock Bowl Friday.
And let's have a beautiful night of football, and hopefully a good full stadium of people here to see a great football game.
Weather's getting right this time of year. I think that's supposed to be good all week, all weekend long. Looks like we want to invite everybody now to come out to the Shamrock Bowl and watch Bleckley County come in and the Dublin Fighting Irish. Coach, we'll be.
Optim Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optim's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
It is almost hunting season, and that means it's time for you to already be shopping with Roach Farm and Garden. Everything you need for your feed plots, everything you need for your deer stands, everything you need, period, for the fall, you can get at Roach Farm and Garden. Salt licks, camo, trail cams, everything you need. Go check them out at Roach Farm and Garden at the River Bridge. Support your friends at Roach Farm and Garden as they support the Dublin Fighting Irish and our local community. Go Irish, and go to Roach Farm and Garden.
When you're part of a team, your loyalty is to each other, working together for the customer. Customer satisfaction is not a sometime thing, it's an all-time thing.
Turn it up, let's go, yes, sir.
You don't service vehicles right once in a while, you service them right all the time. So let's get out there and get these customers rolling. We love helping our customers as much as we love football, so let us be your team, Bubba's Tire Center.
It's football season, and just like your favorite team, Dublin Chevy GMC Nissan's success is built on our teamwork.
Here, Mr. Jones, here's your tune-up parts. Thank you.
Chevy or GMC, we've got your trucks.
I might not have been a great ball player back in the day, but one thing about it, Don sells cars pretty good here at Dublin Chevy GMC Nissan.
The best in high school sports coverage in the state of Georgia is known by one name, the GSHA All Access. Tune in right here weekly to stay current with player profiles, coaches' conversations, and what's happening at GHSA Sports. The GHSA All Access. Right here. Presented by Powers Media Network.
Optim Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optim's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.